Okay, hi everybody. I'm going to do a new section now. Tips, just tips and some ideas. Share some things that I do. I keep my first aid kit in the back here, underneath my back seat. And as you see, I use a watertight container. It's got an O-ring in it. I think it's got a single O-ring. And then you see how I made it fit. And it's been on there for a long time. Put rubber on the bottom, and that just sits in there. And it stays in there quite well. So I keep my first aid kit there. I'll put that on later. And my fire extinguisher, they're kind of tough to pull out of here. So I'll show you what I did. I did something. I made a handle. So I just took some... I don't know, some kind of strapping from an old purse or something, I forget. And I used some 5-minute epoxy on it. And you see how it goes on? And I even marked, the reason I put an arrow there, that means the nozzle points that way. So in an emergency, when I take this cap off, I won't take it off now because it's hard to hold this, the nozzle will be pointing that way. I just pull the cap off, and I don't have to worry about the nozzle maybe pointing towards a strap or something. Another thing I do is I slap some grease on the bottom and the sides. You can't really tell because it's quite moist in there. So after each ride I take this container out anyways, because there always seems to be a little bit of water in here and water in the fire extinguisher container, and I dump that out. And like I say, I grease the bottom of it, and just so it doesn't rust and rot on me. So it's easy to get out. So I just have to reach over and pull that. So it's easy to get to. You know, if you don't have one on it, you can make your own with 5-minute epoxy. Okay, and then I carry some basic stuff with me, obviously. I carry a towel. I don't use it. It's really more for emergency. A pair of gloves, just general work gloves. I carry a tow rope with a hook on one end. Clear goggles, tinted goggles, and my toolkit. I probably should have a little battery charger, one of those mini ones. Might be a good idea to carry around, might be. So anyways, tool-wise, well, little piece of sandpaper, some 5-minute 2-part epoxy. Works good, you can do a lot with that. Some super glue, some black tape, some underwater goggles. I just happen to have a flush port there, but 2 Allen keys for in case I strip one. They're for the intake grate if I get some garbage in there. And I've got to take the intake grate off. Screwdrivers, vice grips, nothing too fancy. Some cable ties. This is for my intake grate too. If I get some stuff in there, I can open this up and use it as a hook to pull stuff, rope, fishing line, whatever. But if it was really bad, I would just take the intake grate off. So that's what that's for. And I always pack these steak knives. They're really cheap over here. They're about $1 or $1.50. And I pack a knife in there. And I also pack a knife in my glove box, just in case somebody gets caught in a rope or something. Flashlight. And I normally have a lighter in here as well. But yeah, that's my basic toolkit. Black tape. I'm not sure what this is. Some more goggles. And so yeah, that's it. Just some basic stuff that I pack with me and I keep in the front box.